Hello and welcome to Cryptonaut Podcast. My name is Mark Storrs, and hanging out with me as always is
Rob Morphy.
Robert, what up? And
Krails.
Christopher. Thank y'all for joining us this week's episode. Before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping here. Robert and I made an appearance on the Let's Get Haunted podcast with Nat and Allie.
We did.
And it was super awesome, super fun. It's available now on Spotify. You can go check it out. Weird, creepy mechanical sounds in the woods.
Oh, it was awesome. It was fascinating.
Actually, we recorded it a while ago. I think in like August, maybe.
Yeah.
So I went back to listen to it, and I was like totally forgot about like some of the weird bird videos and all the weird shit that we watched on there. So it was an awesome episode, though. We had such a great time. So be sure to check them out at Let's Get Haunted. And by the time this comes out, our special bonus listener stories episode that we did with Allie will be out, which I'm going to announce that title because I don't know if, it's future pod stuff, but it'll be out by the time this comes out. So this is called The Whooper, the Peeper, and the Demon Scumfoot.
There it is.
Which is quite the fucking title.
Yep. When you come to the Cryptonaut corner, you are going to see some shit that you might wish you never did.
I know
we warned Allie.
Yeah, well, listener stories, this one especially. Wowzers. Yeah, dude, it's fucking don't sleep on this episode is what I'm saying, dude. It's fucking gnarly, man. But this week we're talking about aquatic kids, citizens of the sea.
Oh, proud bunch, all of them. Yeah, this is our Seafood Saturday special. We are getting into some aquatic action. We're gonna go to the sea for a little bit. We had so many options this week, and I rifled through a lot of them. And I came to this, and I'm like, yeah, it's time. It's time to know about the brethren from the true down under. No offense, Australia.
Okay, all right. So we're going deep into the sea to check out whatever weird fucking kids are down there.
Not that deep.
Oh, good.
They come to us.
Oh, they do.
They're cool like that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get started with, according to scores of eyewitnesses, distinctly humanoid entities can be found anywhere from the vast, dense swaths of forest connecting Canada and the U.S. to cruising the cosmos in extraordinarily advanced interstellar vehicles. But for all of the many mythologies dealing with these quasi-human beings, one that is often overlooked deals with those who claim to have encountered our aquatic cousins, not the renowned half-fish hybrid version known as mermaids, but leg-bearing sub-aquatic citizens and their kids.
Specifically their kids this time around.
All right. Well, I mean, like you said, man, this is what seafood special Saturday, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
not that I'm recommending we eat our perhaps very close relatives.
I mean,
as a supporter of the aquatic ape theory, I have to believe some of us went to sea, some of us came back.
You know, dude, I mean, I'm not saying aquatic cannibalism is a thing, but you can fry anything.
You can fry anything. It doesn't have to be from the sea. Yeah.
Right.
Let's keep this option on the table.
Well, all right. Unlike the devil and diabetes, I don't know if cannibalism really deserves
aquatic cannibalism.
A constant. I mean, and when you're going to specify aquatic cannibalism,
stop the video.
Am I the problem?
Is it fish eating fish that you're advocating for?
It's me. I'm the problem. That's my Taylor Swift reference.
Oh wow, that's hot shit.
Let's get started, Robert.
Yeah.
God.
Okay. As we have reiterated over and over again, if there is one place on Earth capable of concealing incredible mysteries, be they subaquatic alien bases or colossal creatures, it's the ocean's depths. Add to that the sheer amount of the planet's lakes and rivers, and the list of hiding spots are virtually limitless. But while we're all familiar with stories of fish-tailed merfolk from the now child-friendly Little Mermaid, I want to give a little warning to young parents out there: avoid the OG Hans Christian Andersen version like a plague, because your little girl, your little boy, they're not gonna be happy at the end of that one.
No, it's not great. Just even forget about it and stick with the Disney.
In fact, all classic fairy tales are in the fuck off pile.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So, that's just a little favor to you guys.
Yep.
To more disturbing lore of ancient and more modern mariners, there seems to be considerably less fanfare surrounding actual eyewitness accounts of bipedal, humanoid water dwellers which have emerged from across the globe. This is sort of akin to an episode we did back in July of 2023 called Amphibious Anthropoids USA.
Oh, yes. Yep.
The clearly jingoistic version of it.
Yeah.
Those were like a lot of aquatic, obviously humanoid creatures based on the fact that they're anthropoids. But this is a smaller, we're just dealing with 2 cases that really kind of, deal with creatures that are trying to sort of bridge the gap between us and them in kind of interesting ways. So without further ado, if you're into that, go back and check out episode 296. And we have tons of amphibious shit like Thetis Lake Monster and other things you can Google if that's your jam.
All kinds of stuff.
Okay. Our first case comes to us from Jorge Martin's November 1st, 2005 article on UFO experiences on the UFO experiences blog titled Viquez, might have just totally brutally mispronounced that, Caribbean UFO cover-up of the third kind, with the subheading, A Child from the Bottom of the Sea.
That's loaded. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot in there.
A lot.
We'll put the link up to this fascinating article, which reads as follows. Mr. Anibal Perez from Viquez, again, don't know if I'm saying that right, encountered a strange child, that's in quotes, when he was 14 years old. This was in 1982 while he was enjoying a trip to the Media Luna Beach east of Sunbay Beach in Viquez. He was with his nephew, who was 13 years old, so not a lot of age difference there. They're more peers than uncle-nephew at this point.
Yeah, totally.
And his nephew's grandmother. The grandmother was the adult in charge of them. He still wonders about what happened that day. So now we're getting into the deeper account. Perez and his nephew were swimming in the sea and playing on the beach. It was a clear, sunny day. Suddenly, something emerged from the sea, approaching them from a distance. It was a child who was about their own age, 12 to 14 years. They were all in the water, and the kid approached them in a friendly demeanor, trying to befriend them, and would not leave their side. Perez's nephew asked, "What is he doing following us all this time? Do you know him?" Perez answered he did not know the kid and asked the boy who he was and what he wanted, but he would not talk. He said he kept emitting weird sounds similar to the ones dolphins make.
No, you see, you can't.
The chittering.
You can't do this, man.
Is this water Mikey?
Really?
He shows up friendly, he
Yeah.
makes some weird noises, and then all of a sudden you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he's got his fucking dolphin speech, you got to get out.
Right.
I mean, look, maybe the kid's cool. I'm just saying, this is going to be a long day for you if this kid's walking around going, or whatever the fucking dolphin does.
That's
That was
true.
my best dolphin impression.
That's-
I stand by it.
Solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to give you full credit for that.
Thank you. I
Mad
appreciate
marks.
that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So well done on that. And no, I do not want to spend a day off the beach, technically in the water with that sound, unless, of course, it is school or whatever they call of fucking adorable, frolicking dolphins, in which case, yes.
Now, this is a kid,
Yeah.
and he's bugging you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But, I mean, he might be trying hard, try harder, as some might indicate. But sometimes, when someone's putting their best foot forward, you just got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. I mean, we can all go to the prom.
And then Chris gets drowned.
Yeah.
And then Chris.
Because merfolk are notoriously fucking evil.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't
I would
know.
drown anyway because I don't.
Well,
float.
yeah, that's true.
We can save you. You're not going to drown.
No, I'm just an anchor. If you,
I can
if you need an anchor,
100%
just
save
tie
you.
her up around me and drop me in.
Dude, I'll be ready.
He's been preparing.
I'm here.
I mean, I'm here to,
I watched years of Baywatch, dude. My
So-
body
I mean, so did I.
sucks, but I'll fucking save you.
Okay.
No, 100%. My red buoy, my tiny little red shorts.
well, yeah.
Red speedos.
Red Speedos all day.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Balls hanging out the
Hi.
side. It's
Dude.
great.
Lack of an ass and Speedos,
Sure.
totally.
Just fast walking because you can't run.
Yeah, my knee is kind of fucked up. I
Yeah.
really can't run. Yeah.
You
all
power
right,
walk
fine.
to the rescue.
Yeah, I'm gonna
in the
power
sand.
walk.
I'm
Which
imagining
makes it
the
harder.
opening credits of Mark Watch in my head right now. and it's awesome.
Just chunky marker
you
running.
fucking like Dr. Detroit power walking towards the
Yeah.
sea with your tattoos and your fucking crazy balls
I have a bad
dangling everywhere.
I have a bad knee and weird balls.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's a guaranteed fucking hit.
Oh man. All right. Well.
Okay.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say so.
Whatever, dude. It works.
Back to Perez and
Oh.
his nephew and the chittering dolphin boy. That is when the boy swam away to deeper water and submerged, disappearing from sight. He emerged a few minutes later and came near the two boys again. The boys couldn't understand how the kid was able to stay underwater as long as he did without drowning. In the palm of his hand, Perez explained, the boy had something that looked like sand granules, which he began picking at with his other hand and eating from it. And at the same time making gestures, offering some stuff to us.
So he's like eating sea lice?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, you know what? This is...
But he's being generous with his food source.
Yeah, this is maybe what his people eat is sea lice. And he's like, would you like some sea lice? Or... and there's dolphin noise.
Sure.
There you go.
In the indigenous language.
Okay.
By the way, you're making light of it pretty quick.
Do you eat the sea lice?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's see.
Because I don't even, they could be like eating minerals that are essential for their bodies to like digest things, and that might not work for people. No. And I'm not like super hopped up on seafood anyway, generally speaking.
Oh, okay. I am.
I mean, I love the crabs and whatnot. All right. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like a lot. I like most of it.
You know, not the sea, dirt, and lice.
Okay, fine.
So far. Who knows?
A little dirty, little sandy clam.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There it is. He wanted us to eat some of it. They refused to eat the material, but were amazed to see the strange boy eating the sand-like substance he had apparently brought up from the bottom. The two boys were growing tired of the intruder's presence and kept playing in the water close to shore. The kid kept following them everywhere they went. Annoyed, Perez's nephew threw water at him, and the kid did the same back. Again, as Chris invoked earlier, Mikey protocols. I'm not saying they're going to prevail, but that shit can go south quick, so be real careful.
Right.
Fucking Mikey of the sea.
Splash,
man.
splash, little chest beating here, and then next thing you know,
this kid drowns you.
You're pantsless and fucking screaming in terror with your dad barely armed
as you're getting
your
dragged
side.
under the sea to the seaweed.
Yeah, exactly.
To the weed of the sea. Yes.
You can't smoke that shit. Well, maybe you can. I wouldn't want to.
You can't smoke that shit.
I've known people who've tried.
To smoke
Just saying.
seaweed?
Everything.
He's nutmeg, seaweed, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Potpourri.
Jesus Christ.
I know someone who smoked a moth.
Okay, well, dude. All right, well, there it is.
So he's imitating everything that they're doing. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
The kid swam back to the deep water and submerged once again. Moments later, he emerged and approached them. This time he had seaweed in his hand, may or may not be smokable, as per Chris's admonishment, and was eating some of it. He made gestures for them to eat the seaweed too, but once again they refused. You guys go for the seaweed? I mean, I know it's at least edible.
Not unless it's just wrapped like in
raw
in a sushi.
from somebody's
No, I've had like
hand.
I've had like seafood salad.
Sure.
But
I mean, I don't know that everything under the sea is edible necessarily.
I'm not going to like just grab seaweed out of the ocean and eat it, but if it's in a nice salad and prepared properly,
sure,
I'll eat it.
I don't even know.
It's fine. It's not offensive.
These kids, though, not wrong in refusing. I don't think.
I mean, the kid's bringing you garbage from the sea, and he's like, "You want?"
Yeah, I'm
to
not
eat
just
it?
picking
like,
that shit out and eating.
Yeah, no, I get it. He's trying to be friendly,
But he's trying to be friendly.
Yeah, he's not like being.
Free range seaweed. It's a delicacy.
It's the best, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
He continued. We were amazed. He was eating seaweed from the deep and something that looked like sand. Who was he? He would not talk. He only made some weird screeching sounds. An hour had already gone by since the kid first appeared. There was no one else there, only my nephew's grandmother, and she was at a distance up on the beach. We later told her about the kid, or whatever he was, end quote. Why do you say whatever he was? An interviewer at a later date asks the eyewitness. Well, my nephew kept asking him who he was and what he wanted, but he wouldn't answer. He kept making those weird noises. We came out of the water for a while and returned later. He clapped his hands, joyful that we had returned. We kept asking him questions, and he would only stare at us, making gestures. It looked as if he was concentrating, trying to understand what we were saying. After a while, he began to repeat the things we were saying in Spanish, but his voice had a screechy tone. Again, a good Mikey analogy, but it seems like a genuine effort to communicate here.
He's trying to like, get some communication across.
Right.
Thankfully, he's not. He's sort of still screeching. But
no, he's definitely had a screechy tone. It's right there. My nephew was angry because he thought the kid was making fun of us. That's where you get into diplomatic issues. Star Trek The Next Generation would have
Diplomatic community.
had at least 17 episodes dealing with accents, I felt like.
Yeah.
So you got to be super fucking careful.
Yep, prime directives.
He spoke some foul words to him, and the kid kept on repeating them.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, it's a big fuck you back and forth?
Sure.
Okay.
In Spanish.
All right, cool.
He looked normal, like any kid. He was white, Caucasian, and about 4'3" tall. He was slender and had dark brown eyes and hair. His hair was curled, but not much, and fell down to his neck. He had normal hands with 5 fingers, so none of that web bullshit.
Okay.
Quote, he had a normal nose with a mouth with fine lips and teeth, which we could see whenever he would repeat what we said or laugh when we laughed. His ears looked normal too. He was only wearing a pair of tight-fitting short white pants. The pants material seemed normal, like textile. End quote.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Regular pants of the sea.
And thank God. Thank God for sea pants.
Yeah.
Because this
The
would
white
be
pants of the sea.
inappropriate
Yeah.
otherwise.
No.
The only 2 things that were odd about the kid were his ability to stay underwater for long periods of time and the way he talked, making screeching sounds at first, then speaking in broken Spanish with the same screechy voice. Annabelle added, my nephew pushed him, asking him who he was and what country he came from. He just stared at us for a moment as if thinking of what he was going to say. And then he said, sea bottom country, end quote. He then pointed to the deep with his finger. He then moved away from us, looked at us, and said, goodbye, humans.
Oh, goodbye, humans. Okay. Huh.
All right. Well,
So either he's a real quick study,
Pretty straightforward.
they have some telepathic abilities.
Mm-hmm. He knows of humans and he just came up to play.
It's a kid
Yeah.
from the land with a learning disability that they just watch drown,
Yeah, yeah.
which I'm really not rooting for.
I was thinking, man, if this is a kid that just might, have some kind of impairment or something, he's out there fucking around, and then you're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
but
maybe he's been doing it for a while and he's just really good at holding his breath. And
I mean,
just
yeah,
sure,
by
swimming
all
around.
accounts, this kid's fucking
Legit.
He's doing it, man. He's
Yeah, you're
swimming
right.
everywhere and doing shit. So yeah,
Right.
All right, well,
All right. It's not, the account isn't over, but that's where it said goodbye. And these things had to be addressed. The sea elephants in the room.
yeah,
needed
goodbye,
to be addressed.
goodbye, humans.
Right.
Is there a sea
Goodbye,
elephant? That's a thing, isn't it?
A sea,
The sea
elephant?
Yeah.
Like a narwhal?
No, that's it's a whale,
Well, a
dude.
manatee's a sea
What's
cow.
a sea elephant?
Manatees are sea cows. They're sea lions.
Sea lions.
I was that far off with a narwhal.
Well, I mean, first off, maybe it's fat racist to call the fucking whales elephants of the sea. So fuck you. I'm joking.
I know.
Obviously.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. I don't think they're. Well, I don't think. Whales doesn't.
I'm not
work.
sure how this got so controversial so fast.
No, it didn't. I don't know if I would call a whale a sea elephant.
Isn't there like elephant seals?
There are elephant
Oh,
seals.
an
That's what
elephant
I was
seal.
looking
Yeah.
for. Thank you.
They got the.
But I called them sea elephant because it got the
They-
proboscis,
yeah,
the
they had
floppy
a
proboscis.
weird thing
Yes,
there,
they do.
yeah.
That's right. Oh,
Right.
like Trunko.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
It's true.
It's a furry, betrunked, lobster-tailed fuckall that likes to fight killer whales, as I recall.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it takes 32 oxen to drag them ashore, or some
Oh, that's right, the
ungodly
oxen.
number,
Oh, that's
as I
right.
recall.
All that oxen. Oh,
Yeah.
that goddamn.
See our
oxen.
Trunko episode for all the fun. So there is elephant seal.
Okay.
Not
cool.
the sea elephant that I tried to call them.
Okay.
And no, you're not calling whales fat. We know that, Mark.
I mean, they're big. They're
Sure.
not saying they're fat. They're enormous mammals.
They sure are.
They are the kings of the sea.
Well, maybe.
What else is bigger than the whale?
The monsters of the deep.
Oh,
Right, giant squids.
Megalodons.
Krakens.
If indeed, they're not extinct.
Okay.
Super krakens.
Okay. We're gonna leave the
Any
Which are
number
like-
of master fish.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
I was about to invoke the
Forgot.
master kraken,
See?
but Chris beat me to
Okay.
it.
Fine.
Master
Fine.
krakens definitely beat whale.
Okay.
Greater than.
Yeah.
If they exist, yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Various
So-
kaiju.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh, yeah,
From the-
Hepagon.
from the rifts.
The ones we found we didn't find, but we talked about from New Zealand and the Arctic, I think, like the four-eyed walrus.
Oh, the
thing
Arctic
and
Godzilla
other
thing
things.
too, yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
table that for now.
Back on point.
Sure,
Yes.
Here we go.
He made a gesture to us with his right hand and submerged again into the sea. We waited there for a while, expecting to see him come out again, but he did not resurface. That is when we were really shocked because even though we were very young at the time, we were surprised by what he said. We understood what he meant by those words. Even with his strange behavior, I believed that he was a normal kid until he said those words, sea bottom country. To me, he was telling us that he came from the sea, and when he said goodbye, humans, we realized he was not normal at all. Look, if there's life and intelligent beings on our planet, there could very well be life on other planets too, perhaps. Everything we see here around Viquez, again, don't know if I'm saying that right, has to do with the fact that we are not alone in this universe, that other beings are visiting us. There are also some legends about underwater cities. Was this child from one of them? To me, this incident remains a mystery. So that was, I quoted this horribly because I put this together pretty quickly, but that was the author of this piece. I believe it was Jorge Martin, who was speaking to us directly there.
All right, so like you said,
check out the article. It's really fascinating.
Maybe he's a citizen from whatever offshoot aquatic city this is. Whenever we talk about this, like underwater living and stuff, like how far down do they have to be? And how does pressure come into that?
Well, yeah, that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
That's a huge problem.
And so
also pants, though.
Particularly in this case, well, no, like humanoid creatures might have a universal shame, or maybe if you are of an Abrahamic faith, you believe that God passed down to everyone after the Garden of Eden, self-awareness, shame of the danglers, and the other sundry south parts, and so you must cover them up with fig leaves and what else?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I'm literally pissing in the wind.
It's not conducive to
pants water. To me.
I'm all about sea pants. Sea pants seem cool.
Sea pants seem fine. Yeah. That to me isn't a deal breaker. What does seem more of a deal breaker is what you guys were just talking about, and that is if this thing can function above water to the point where it is clearly amphibious, and the pressure isn't affecting it at all, seemingly.
Yes.
Then how deep can it actually live?
Yeah, I wonder how deep you have to go. I mean, then again, there's like cracks and crevasses. So who knows? Maybe wherever this kid lives, if it's like offshore, a couple of miles, you take a left at the buoy, you go down, there's a little crack, you swim through that. There you go. Underwater caves. You know how I feel about the inside the earth type of shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
You love the subterranean
world. I love
the
subterranean world.
Wet or not.
It could be.
Could be.
So there's this other thing, again, that I feel like we have to broach that I've always had a pet peeve with, but maybe there's something to it in this case, and that is the idea of the underwater sea. The idea that when Atlantis, the lost continent, sank, they instantly erected domes, learned to breathe underwater, and became Seatopians.
It's fast evolution.
Yeah.
You got to evolve on your toes, baby. When your fucking city's going down, you're like, I need gills. And you fucking sprout gills. You start breathing underwater.
And if they are the masters of science and super genetics, and of course they've tamed the master kraken, as we all know, then maybe they did that. But chances are they drown, if indeed that was a real place.
Unless they have tech to breathe underwater.
Okay.
And then over 1 million years, they evolved to breathe water.
Okay.
1 million years.
Yeah, I mean, just, there's not like even a bit of evidence.
No, of course
to say,
not.
Like,
no, there never will be.
If there was, then maybe.
No, this is all pissing in the sea right here.
Wow.
Yeah, pissing in the sea.
There it is.
We all piss in the sea.
We all piss in the sea.
I mean, I think we all have.
Pissed in the sea?
I've pissed in 3 of the world's oceans, and I'm proud of that.
I've pissed in
2, maybe.
1 ocean?
Good enough. You're getting there, kid.
No, just one.
Yeah, just one.
Bunch of lakes. Lots of lakes.
Oh, well,
pissed in so many lakes.
Lots of pools.
Oh.
Whoa, bag of dirt.
I remember you'd be a kid, like, if you pee in the pool, there's a red ring that's going to show up around you. Like, I would test that. Right. I don't think I think it was just the parents fucking with us. I'd piss in everyone's pool to see if it would work.
I get squirt a little bit out just to see if there's a little bit.
Just give a little bit, see if a little red shows up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
never did.
Chris's pools are mostly piss.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
75%.
Sorry, everybody who knew when he had a pool.
Last time I swam with
my pee.
This is why we don't go swimming together.
You've absorbed my pee.
Chris will piss in my pool.
I already did.
No, he did.
When?
One of your from the deck.
3rd of July parties.
You just pissed in the pool.
Yeah, because my put my bike back there. When I get my bike, I just pee in the pool.
No. Okay.
You're drunk. You don't know what's going on. At that point,
true.
you're blowing off fireworks. Your son and nephew were doing a weird primal dance around fireworks.
Yeah, no, it got this year got weird.
Yeah,
I didn't get that drunk. I didn't get drunk as previous years.
No, you did. You
but
didn't. Yeah,
I wasn't super bad.
yeah, you were a stumble puss usually.
Oh, dude, normally I'm fucking, I'm fucking bro hugging and
yeah.
walking
By the time
into
you even
everybody.
walk down the fireworks, you're just like, yes.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna see and watch metal videos.
No, I'm fucking dying. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm currently nursing the old football flu. So
that happens to the best of us.
Had a little get together for the Buffalo Bills and PBRs. Tall boys.
Indeed.
All right, Robert, back to the sea.
So another thing we can't count out, and I think it's one of the more prevalent theories, especially popular now, but it's always been popular in ufological circles, and that is, of course, and I give it away by saying that, extraterrestrials.
Yes, the underwater bases. There's allegedly one in Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and there actually is some evidence for that because of all of these transmedium ships seen coming in and out of the oceans, like they happened with Fravor and the Tic Tac. And there's no one even brings up the part where like there's that giant
cross-shaped
in the
submerging
water.
object.
Yeah, like you can see the waves breaking around. Like what?
Clearly
is
not
that?
a sub.
No, clearly not. Just some giant thing in the water that you're like, that's something coming out of the water, and then this Tic Tac appears. So yeah, man, I mean, if there ever is a spot for this shit to hide, the seas and our waters would be the spot to go because we can't really get down that far. You'd think subs would pick them up. Apparently subs have, I guess, picked up what are pings and shit like that, but
like fast movers, things like that, things that are clearly clocking in at speeds that are preternatural, at least based on what we know about water resistance.
I think in Lou Elizondo's new book, he discusses a case where something actually like went by an oil rig, and it was like some ridiculous, the size of a Walmart or some crazy thing goes flying by like at an unknown. It's some crazy
submerged or above.
No, I think it was above the water, like cut past.
So like a phantom, like a boat.
Yeah, like
because you don't hear about them. You hear about the ones that are submerged and the ones that come in and out and are flying. No, but you don't hear about like the surface.
No, this is something that just zipped past
unidentified shit.
Yeah, a building on the surface of the water.
Yeah, it was some craft that just went flying by.
All right, so this like city on the sea,
he could. I mean, dude,
could be where things like this could come from. Yeah. And if they have enough technology, you might have something just built into your genetics where you can A, deal with the pressure, and B, you breathe whatever is available.
Oh, breakaway civilization.
That you can't rule out. Tomorrowland, the old Disney protocols.
Yeah, man. Shit. They all went down there during WW2.
Why? Why World War II?
Because they knew, but they had pre information about the bomb.
Why can't they like date back to the fuckers that built the Antikythera mechanism, however you pronounce that?
Ooh.
Those early computers thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers would be way ahead of the curve at this point.
Yeah, man. They are AI at this point.
Pretty much.
Shit.
So
all right.
It's interesting, but what I find most intriguing is that assuming the kid wasn't just playing hell with them, if he just picked up what little he could from their language based on what words he heard, most of them profane, from Perez and his nephew, and I have to assume some kind of psychic intuition. Otherwise, how would you even begin to parse it out and comprehend? Then we might have an adjacent species, perhaps evolving from the exact same ancestors we evolved from, that just are living under there and are willing to, at least, well, I mean, not all kids. It takes a lot of courage on a playground to try to play with kids you don't know when you're a kid.
Yeah, totally.
It's very hard. So you better stumble into that shit or be like dripping with confidence or have your parents arrange a fucking play date, because it's really hard to get the cojones up to do that. So I got to give this kid mad credit in the sense that he's being dismissed by these earthlings. They don't really want to play with him. He's just doing his best to have some like peer interaction of some sort, even if it's interspecies. And then scoots. I
mean, hey, I say good for C Kid. He put his best foot forward, made his weird screeches.
Didn't drown anybody.
Nope. Had a couple of, couple interactions. And then he's like,
bye
humans. That's
A+.
It. Yeah.
Out of here.
You know
A+ he gets. Yeah.
Golf clap.
That's for C Kid.
I'm not going to do it, but I agree.
Yay, C Kid.
There it is. Yay, C Kid. I'm team C Kid.
All right.
Moving on, Robert.
We have a second account.
We do.
It's not C Kid. It's a different thing.
Okay, cool.
Just wanted to be clear about that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Our second account comes to us by way of Reddit and is, in a word, weird. In 2018, a veteran with the username DoD Heli Test Pilot posted a story in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit detailing an unusual encounter he had back in the mid-90s. So many unusual encounters in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Like so many other experiencers, he'd suffered ridicule after going public, which he explained in his opening paragraph. Quote, I retired in 2013 as a wounded Army aviator. I've tried this encounter on a rare handful. The only believers are the two people who were with me that day in my 12-foot, 15-horsepower outboard, powered rowboat in 1994. I've tried to tell this to others, but then people mock me because the details are nuts. It doesn't matter that I've had a lifetime of spot-on vision. Test pilot set the scene writing, quote, Passenger 1 was my brother, sitting all the way up front. My brother is 2 years younger than I, so 14.5 years at the time of the incident. Passenger 2 was our best friend, a year younger than I and a year older than my brother. He was 15-ish when the incident happened and sat in the middle. I was facing the bow, I think I'm saying that right, forward, because I had the outboard, why can I not say that word, motor in my left hand. I was the only one facing our direction of travel. Both of them were facing aft, backwards in the direction of travel.
All kinds of sea terms.
Yeah, I know. Starboard,
The
port.
bow, the
What's going
aft.
on?
Chris, man the aft.
Oh,
Okay.
man. We are clearly the crypto Navy today.
Yeah.
They saw nothing occur, but both were scared by my reaction alone. I was a drug-free teen, and I think we all were, and I'm very proud to say that. I don't say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
And only smoked cigarettes on occasion. I was athletic, and all three of us played baseball and made the all-star teams repeatedly in the summer. So step the fuck back.
All while
All right, with your accusations.
all while smoking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was the way of the West.
Right.
That was the 90s, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. that
Yeah,
would-
come
All the best athletes I knew were chain smokers.
Yeah, 100%.
Derek Jeter. No, I'm lying that
It's
one.
great for cardio, dude. Come on.
Yeah, no,
Don Mattingly.
It makes it pump fast.
Dude, fucking Don Mattingly ripping missiles in the fucking outfield.
Clearly.
Crushing beers.
God.
Hell yeah.
It's just the way. Continuing.
Yes.
We were in the Illinois I&M shipping canal near LaGrange, Illinois, the town where we all lived. We were 4 or 5 towns away from our home near Joliet. Okay, it sounded confusing, but let's just let that exist.
Yeah.
We had just launched the boat 5 minutes earlier, and the river was about 700 feet across. I turned to head north, left on a map, towards Lake Michigan. I like the little details because even though they don't help me because I'm an idiot, I'm assuming that for people out there that want to corroborate, this is all very useful.
Sure.
Yeah, no, he's given. Yeah, I like it.
It was at that moment that this teenager would see something that would forever shift his notions of reality. Oh my God, did I write this for him? Good for him.
Nice.
He wrote, on the east. Oh, I did write that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what? I thought you were being weird. I'm like,
oh,
no,
God,
yeah.
I wrote this so quick. I forgot I wrote it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he writes like me. God bless him. But no, it's me writing for him.
I didn't
or
realize
about him.
that you wrote that.
Oh God, I'm so dumb.
Okay, it's okay. You know what? We're
mean-
back. It's happening. It's okay. You're a prolific writer.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah. Nature reality.
Okay. Shattered.
Quote, on the east shore, about 4 feet above the water, I spotted a skinny, short, bright pink person, totally naked, squatting on his heels. Sea pants, not available in the I&M shipping canal.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
right.
Fine.
So
Not
this
near
makes more sense.
LaGrange.
Okay, yeah, this one does sort of make.
Now I believe it.
Okay, all right. There you go. Pink.
Now I
pink
believe it.
squatting naked person. Okay.
I had perfect vision, better than 20/20 a few years later when I became a pilot for the Army. And this creepy short, quote unquote, in question marks, human is crouched over and dangling its skinny, nasty, bone-like pink hand. I didn't think he was going to say hand for a second there, pointing down into the water below. It did this as if at play with me. It's appropriately proportional, skinny index finger aiming purposefully into the water in a swirling whirlpool or flushing motion. So the nasty old skinny bone finger just doing the swirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too weird. And it's like locking eyes with this guy.
And as it says literally in the continued quote, I locked eyes with it and took inventory of it.
This is a fight or fuck
Bald?
of the sea situation.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Or at least at river.
Yeah.
Bald, smooth skin, its ribs were showing, end quote. At this point, the witness explained that it was unable to identify the child's gender. He was focused on its face, but it's unclear if he couldn't see or if the thing lacked genitalia.
Don't even look.
It definitely had 2 legs and 2 arms, absolutely positive. Skinny and pink, no hair, like a sunburned kid. It had no hair anywhere visible. It looked like it was starving, no fat on its body at all. It was bright, bright, bright pink, but not to the point that it gave off any luminescence or light glow. It was as bright pink as nature makes possible. It was all pink, no spots, typical shadows on the ribcage. Its eyes were dark, not huge like a Gollum movie critter or any alien, not black eyes, but dark, as in not an albino. He's just writing. I don't know what he means specifically by that. They'd be pink if they were an albino, but anyway, this is what he was thinking to himself. Again, it was 300 feet away, so any eye color would be dark. Everything screamed starving child, which sucks.
Yeah.
But it was very adult in mannerisms. It was calmer than I, and it dove as a professional. Little splash, looked very natural to its behavior and physique. When we locked eyes, I began screaming at the other 2 to look. They were slow to react. My yelling may have caused it to calmly dive, arms first, into the river from the baseball catcher's pose I originally found it in. It never surfaced. It dove exactly where it was pointing with the swirly hand finger pointing. It moved the water, and I knew I wasn't imagining it because of the splash. It also had a bony butt, but there were normal cheeks, bright pink, like the rest of it.
As a man with a bony butt,
You can identify.
I can identify with this.
Are you a river, Mark? Are you a river elf? No, what, a sea elf?
An elf of the sea, yeah. Yeah, an elf of the sea.
Is the bony butt the hallmark
It's how we survive.
of the aquatic fae?
Yeah, it's how we survive, Robert.
I didn't know. Why?
Yeah, it's a defense mechanism.
In what way? Like the wombat, where
Yeah.
you have like the bony ass sticking out, so if things try to attack you from behind, they get a face full of bony ass?
Cannonballs.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That's how we attack as cannonballs.
Thank you for elaborating. That actually
That's right.
makes a lot more
There you
sense, and that made me very happy.
You're welcome.
Science.
Yeah, Mark.
See, it's
The
the
master-
hallmark of this pod, science.
Mark, the master of science.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And cannonballs.
There you go.
And I mean, check for pee before you cannonball in your
Bony
pool.
asses.
That's
there
right.
it is.
You're not the
All right.
master of checking for pee.
No, it's fine. That's why we can treat water with chemicals.
Fair enough.
There you go.
I was in an absolute state of terror. I'm not easily startled. What was it? I didn't know. Was it getting something? Perhaps others of its kind? And why had it been so calm? I was trying to get the above description out of my mouth and was steering the boat in circles. My friend and my brother totally believed me, got scared to the point which they said, "Turn around, let's get out of here." I paraphrase, it was total chaos on that boat. I nearly dumped us over in the turn for home, hair on end like never before. So genuine fear reaction.
Yeah.
Older brother scared because of what he saw. Little brother and friends reacting appropriately when the bravado filled teenager is shitting their
one
knickers.
the one in charge is scared. You're like, oh,
It becomes so contagious.
Yeah, no, everyone's freaking the fuck out, man.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The 3 of us hauled the boat out of the water lightning quick. We tossed it whole with the engine attached into my grandpa's pickup truck. I literally peeled on the gravel rocks with the end of the boat and its engine sticking out in the air. This is a 36-inch kid-sized... Okay, no, I jumped too much. He's not describing anything on the boat. He's going back to his memory of the kid.
Okay.
This 36-inch kid-sized adult mannerisms and survivor physique pink critter scared me witless as I was running for home with the 2 others. So it's this tiny, emaciated, hella flamingo pink
Which is interesting.
aqua baby,
Yeah.
Super, super interesting.
who's got the maturity of a full-on adult, because who knows? It would make sense if you're an aquatic creature, you'd have like insular dwarfism or whatever.
I mean, it just could. The species of subhumans could just be small.
Sure.
You know, like off the island of Florentiensis.
The hobbits.
The hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
mean little bastards.
Oh yeah, those flesh-eating
Yeah,
fuckballs.
exactly.
They
were
gave
they were
zero
tiny.
shits.
They were tiny.
Then they burned them all in a cave.
They did.
History.
Yep. They
Used to be cryptozoology. Now it's anthropology.
Nope, exactly.
Scientific history.
Now we take your whole family, shove you in a cage, and let you on fire.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be mean, well, if you're going to honestly predate on the tribe's kids, you got to expect some harsh retaliation.
You know, I mean, it's there was no science back then.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
a Hobbit apologist on this point.
I wasn't around.
No, but it does really show you that at least some of these stories may be predicated on actual historical events
100%
of
yeah.
interspecies, if not warfare, then at least violence.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, is the hallmark of mythology and folklore throughout the rest of the world. And now I'm not saying none of it's made up, because a lot of it's made up. Clearly, people just pull shit out of their ass or need to explain something scientifically that they can't explain, and they see a mound in a field and they say a fairy lives there and fucking extrapolate all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
But every now and again, just maybe, science rears its head and there's some shit, and maybe, you know, river elves are part of it.
There you
maybe
go.
not.
I like it.
Okay. So we're back here. They're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Yep.
He continues talking about like his experience. I've got quite a Google history of searching for similar creatures. I found the pink color on a katydid at first, a locust-like bug, he clarifies. It's a brighter pink than a flamingo's color. It's a non-albino pigment which occurs in many species as a genetic variant, usually a disadvantage due to the total loss of camouflage. That makes sense.
True.
I forget the name, but it's easy to find searching pink katydid. There are pink pachyderms, insects, etc., etc. Weird. I found no pink mammals in this category, though there are the pink river dolphins, of course.
Oh, that's right. With the weird.
That's the first thing I thought of when you read pink. I'm like, is this like a morphing variant?
Yeah, with the special hats.
And there are,
Hatless,
you
though.
remember the porpoise,
I do.
the pink
Yeah, with the
Amazonian,
top hats, right?
with the hats,
Yeah,
Were they top hats?
because they had to cover whatever was on their head.
the blowhole.
The blowhole, yeah.
Sure,
They wore
their
hats.
shame.
Yeah.
Hide your shame.
I mean,
Go to the party.
It's not how you breathe, but sure, whatever.
Well,
It's cool.
I think most hats are breathable.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just a filter.
Oh, there you go. It's a little filter.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. No luck, he continues, on child vanishing divers, skinny river people, pink humans. Natives of the plains have told stories of people receiving great luck after spotting quote-unquote lake people, but the stories don't match what it was that day. To this day, I have no other sighting of unexplained events. Wired, he wrote wired, but weird dreams, sure, but that's all of us, right? It was never seen again. It does haunt my dreams, but I'd give a leg for my brother to have seen it also. Thinking about those 15 seconds still gives me goosebumps. Brother and friend always bring it up when we get together, which is years apart. Last time we discussed it, it was 2007 at my brother's wedding. They informed me of new theories, re-verify the short, never-changing details, and rib me a bit, but they were there, and over the years, one will doubt and come around a few years later. Okay, so they were there. Over the years, one will doubt and then come around a few years later.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
yeah.
So they're still kicking it around their heads.
Sure.
Like, maybe you didn't see something. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was
Sure.
that.
Which is fair.
Yeah, it's good to kind of remain skeptical. But I mean, this guy clearly is, and he's living it.
Yeah.
And it's bugging him to this day.
And the fact that he expressed just how sincerely he wishes, especially his little brother, had seen it,
Yeah.
I think I'm not saying it can't be a lie, but it's a real indicator of what I think any of us would wish for under similar
I mean, you're
circumstances.
literally all
Yeah.
in the same spot.
Yeah.
You know, like you're right there. They just missed it by seconds because
I
this
know.
thing decided to friggin' dive into the.
Which is why you never scream. I mean, if you're genuinely terrified, you can't help yourself, fine.
Right.
But generally speaking, you want to be like, fucking look,
Fuck
turn around,
over
fucking
here.
look, don't,
Yeah.
not too fast, look.
fucking weird pink dude over here. Jesus
dude.
Christ, dude.
I know, but nobody does that. That's not their natural
I know.
No,
instant
you
response.
naturally
Just be
freak
like,
out.
If you were smart and you've got two teenage boys in the boat, you want to be like, nude sunbather behind you. And then they turn around quicker than light and then fucking see it.
that's-
Until you see this
you gotta
horror
be really
show.
quick to do that.
And
Yeah.
it's not even technically a lie. It's misleading.
Well, yeah, this thing's fucking terrible. Yeah, this is awful skinny.
It's not the nude sunbather you're looking for.
Pink
Genital
fucking-
free, by the way, or with an interior sliding genitalia if it is male,
maybe
like
it has
some reptiles.
I was thinking like snakes and how like snakes and lizards have like the internal coacula, or whatever the hell you call it. A coacula. Oh, is that what it's called?
Cloaca?
Yeah, whatever it is. A coacula.
No, I look Count Coacula. Yeah.
I come to suck your dick.
Or whatever. What
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, what
but
the fuck was that?
There's more like fucking Ren.
It was
you
red.
said it
I am
so
Dracula.
fucking wrong. Well, first off, my accent's terrible, but you said it so wrong. I forgot the fucking word until Chris came up
Yep.
with it. I'm like, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I been saying cloacula wrong my whole
It's
life?
a coacula.
Oh,
It's a
coacula.
coacula.
And it was definitely fucking Ren doing Dracula.
Oh, Ran.
Stimpy, look at the coacula.
Jesus
You
fucking
idiot. Oh,
Oh.
God.
Oh God.
All
I
right,
love you
well,
guys.
We're fired.
No, love you guys. We're all going to hell.
All fired?
We're all going to
Okay,
hell.
all
That's it. All right. Let's all go to
Okay,
hell
no, we're
together.
bringing it back here.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, 15 seconds. Okay, brother's wedding. I'm here. They believe, based on my face and actions alone. I scared them because they had never seen me as scared in my life. They go into doubter mode occasionally. I bring them right back, reminding them of how it all went down. Oh, this was in 1994, the summer before I left for college. End quote. And that's the end of the account.
Okay.
But it definitely, again, it's these accounts are only just loosely associated in that they may be children, though they may also be adults of species that just look childlike.
Yeah, it's true.
And they both apparently can hold their breath a lot longer or are capable of breathing in water.
So with this river, I'm going to assume that it heads out to an ocean somewhere, right? It
Probably one of the Great Lakes. I'm no
connected
expert.
Into, where was it again?
It was the I&M something. Here it is.
Yeah.
The Illinois I&M shipping
Well, they said
canal.
something about Lake Michigan.
Okay,
Right.
so well, if it's a shipping canal, then yeah,
Then it's got to go to the Great Lakes.
Yep. Which would bring it out to, let's see, I&M shipping canal. Oh, there it is. Yep, Illinois Michigan Canal waterways. Oh wow, no shit. Oh, it's huge. Huh.
Well, it's 700 feet wide, he said.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, so it's kind of like the St. Lawrence. Yeah, it connects the Great Lakes. Okay, so a waterway that connects the Great Lakes to the Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico.
So entirely plausible.
Traveling
that this
upriver.
thing could
Yeah,
be
totally. From the ocean, from the sea.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or they might have a secure population in one of the Great Lakes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But that would
'cause
make more sense than the ocean, probably.
the Great Lakes.
Because salt water, like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't probably be.
Being a little tiny weird pink humanoid, though, that I kept going to flamingo. Like, because you know how they get like the color from eating
Sure.
shrimp or whatever.
So
like,
its diet might be why it looks the way it looks.
yeah, just because it's like crushing shrimp constantly, which would be amazing. What a fucking great diet.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But where do you get the cocktail sauce?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's blood. That's blood for dipping.
It's ketchup.
I was just trying to make a monster.
Yeah, you just like it's
Yeah.
blood. I'm like,
No, I
Whoa.
know cocktail sauce is ketchup and fucking horseradish
Horseradish,
or
yeah.
some shit, and I think it's delicious in its own way.
If you want to fuck around, you just go, when you make your cocktail sauce, do a little more horseradish and do a little bit of ketchup, make it more horseradishy. Oh, it opens your nose.
hey, see, I don't like horseradish.
I love it. Oh, it fucking melts your face. It's great.
There's no flavor to it. It's just like,
It's got a sting,
it's
but yeah,
just
no,
kind of annoying.
I
like,
kind of
yeah,
like the
I
taste.
don't know.
I like
I do like the
spice,
taste,
but I
but
don't
yeah,
like horseradish because I
love
don't like the flavor
horseradish.
of horseradish.
like if it's mixed in with like mayo and other things that make it a
Yeah.
sauce. Yes, but I wouldn't just
Yeah.
slather some horseradish on a taco or something.
yeah.
That would be foolish.
Put it on steak all the time.
Really? See,
Yeah.
now why would you disguise the deliciousness of steak?
I don't know. I like the
Under,
the contrast of it. It's good. Horseradish.
Hey,
is
it's your
good.
mouth, man. It's just not. It's not International Podcaster Day anymore. and
Oh,
I don't need to celebrate it at this point.
Right.
So yeah, kind of weird description of this thing though, man. Tiny, emaciated, starving. The pink is getting me. It's super bright pink.
Well,
He's-
what if it's Something along the
and then we'll
lines.
stick the fuck out to you. If something that is super bright pink like that will 100% stick out.
I mean, it could be injured. It could be sunburned. It could be dietary. It could just be what they look like.
True.
But because it's so thin, what if like salmon and other things, it's like part of a breeding process.
Oh, they
and
go
this
upriver.
thing has to swim up
They fuck upriver.
to fuck and breed, and of course you're gonna be skin. And now, hopefully, unlike salmon, they don't just immediately drop fucking dead the moment that happens, and then their young swim back. But then again, maybe. Then again, we would find probably little pink humanoid corpses all over the Great Lakes and the fucking rivers if that were the case. Unless they instantly dissolve back into the water and are predated upon by the other things there, because it's a circle of fucking life. But still, somebody'd find a corpse eventually.
Yeah, no, they'd wash up for sure.
I mean, maybe it is a spawning scenario.
Yeah, mating could be.
Or unless they're all super dense, like Chris, and that's a safety memechanism, so the moment they die, they sink.
That seems so convoluted.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, for evolution, it would be weird to be water people and just all be so dense and hard to swim in.
I mean,
the water,
you'd think it would be antithetical,
But I mean, he can see
living in the water.
Well, he can see this thing's ribs from the boat.
Yeah.
So this thing is like
they could just be naturally very thin.
They could, they very
and they're
well
probably living on a high protein diet with a high exercise lifestyle.
All I can think of is like a sea monkey. Remember like the old
I remember the illustrations.
Cartoons of the sea monkey.
That's the first thing that popped into my head too. 100%, like the old comic book where it's like the Lord of the Sea and his liege, his highness.
But did they have legs, or did they have like a?
They were drawn with legs.
Yeah, they were
maybe they were like tentacle. No, I thought they had legs and a tail.
Legs.
Now I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they had legs and a tail.
Okay.
All the years of,
but I
dumping brine shrimp.
Wasn't the king like wearing robes and a crown?
So. Yeah, there was definitely a royal. There was a royal picture.
I'm not sure why. Yeah,
for some reason.
Well, because you got to have the leader of the sea monkeys.
Well, they're just...
we were all crushed by the brine shrimp. Excuse me, not shrimp revelation. That sucked.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew they couldn't be fucking sea apes, but you just hoped.
Yeah,
well, yeah. I mean, it's the worst. I mean, it's a picture of humanoid.
Yeah, that's what you want to have happen when you add the water. Is
right.
Little dudes show up, and you can control them.
Who fucking came up with that? Because that's brilliant. That goes beyond like smart. Pet fucking rocks.
Oh, totally, dude.
That goes beyond any other fad thing I've ever heard, because that was, a staple of our childhood, and I think the generation before.
Yeah.
And so someone just figured out you could dehydrate the fuck out of these, and then they reconstitute in water, and then some other genius was like, oh no, that's not like a food product. That's not whatever the fuck you were going to use this for. This is a magical pet that we're going to sell to every fucking 9 to 12-year-old boy in America now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here you go, dude.
Is that what happens when a sea monkey grows up? If they go wild?
That's what I'm talking about, man. This is some sort of
if they actually survive.
If mom flushes the sea monkeys.
A human shrimp hybrid.
Maybe the original batch were legit.
And it thirsts for blood.
Scientifically designed to be like quasi-aquatic primates. And of course, that shit you can't keep doing. So when they wanted to keep the business going, they just converted it to brine shrimp. But the first batch got out.
It did.
And they live in our rivers.
Yeah.
And you know what they do?
What's that?
Like you said, feed on blood.
Yeah, they feed on blood.
They feed on blood. The blood of the living.
The blood
That's
of
what keeps
man.
them pink.
Yeah, the blood of man.
The pink blood of man.
Yeah, there you go.
And women.
We solved it.
And whoever you happen to be.
Yep. There it
so
is.
Clearly, I disagree. Done deal.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, let's close this motherfucker out.
Okay. So let's go to my outro. If these strange stories are to be believed, it seems as if we're not only sharing our world with another or a number of highly intelligent humanoid species, but ones that seem every bit as eager to talk to us as most of us would be to communicate with them. It's striking that both of these accounts, particularly the first, seem to deal with children of these sub-aquatic species doing their best to establish contact with their dry world peers. Is this because, as in the fictional and completely fucking adorable Pixar film Luca, I think it's Pixar, I'm not 100% sure on that, the adult versions of these citizens of the sea, and evidently rivers and maybe lakes, are well aware of the dangers posed by human beings, and that contact with us may well spell their own doom? Ergo, everyone's forbidden to openly communicate, but, kids, like Elliot with E.T., the tradition goes on.
Yeah, maybe
on.
they're just
the aforementioned Luca.
Yeah, I mean, the second one wasn't communicating anything. He was just being creepy on the.
Well, he was pointing and he was communicating.
He was being.
Well, I feel like he did that, and then like he looked up and they locked eyes.
And then he bailed. The kid in the first story was like trying to be friends and do this, but man, the pink one, I don't know. I think he had bad intentions.
Yeah, no, Kid,
bad intentions.
I think a legitimate good ambassador for his kind.
Yeah, he's there showing up with his.
But I agree. The pink guy. I mean, it could literally been like, I'm gonna fucking drown you guys. This is where you're gonna die. Just wiggle point to the water.
Seriously, dude.
Because I mean, it is weird. It's sort of ominous. Like, you look at me. Look what's happening.
And there were native people that talked about, river people, skinny river people.
Sure, but they were supposed to be lucky if you saw or captured one. Maybe it's like a kappa, though.
It says it's lucky for spotting a lake people.
If you knock the water off their head, they'll grant your wishes, but if you don't, they will eat you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you fuck around with lake people. You just got to let them be.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't try to capture a lake person. Yeah, first off, it's just a dick move. I wouldn't even capture a wild animal. I wouldn't try to, impose my shit on somebody else.
Yeah, no.
I mean, as a kid, yes. I mean, I would have at least tried to look at it, capture it for a time, and then release it. I was not about it, put it in the bucket in the backyard until it dies kind of kid.
No,
but,
yeah.
But even now, I'd be like, no, you just fucking do your thing, bro. But I would love to try to talk to it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to try to communicate with it. I mean, the kid obviously was communicating, but the weird pink little shore monster thing wasn't really having much of a communication.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. All right, well, wrapping her up, Bobby.
Until open communications are established, all we can do is wonder and pray that these unique beings are more kind and open-minded than the very best of us. Because if not, with our atomic and environmental track record, they could very easily see us as mortal enemies, one that must be eliminated if they are to survive. And when and if this horrendous day ever happens, woe be to humanity.
Wow. You just went out.
Went a little extreme.
You really went out on the edge on that one.
It's the Cetopian protocols.
Okay.
You throw, you detonate your hydrogen bombs in the water. You dump all your shit. You have floating islands of garbage everywhere. And then eventually the Cetopians send Megalon. And you know what? We deserved it. I mean, I didn't root for Megalon and Godzilla vs. Megalon, obviously, because Jaguar is the man.
Sure.
As is Godzilla.
Megalon's pretty cool.
And I love Gigan. And it's clear that the Cetopians not only were just doing their best to live under the sea, but they had established diplomatic ties with Hunter M. Nebula, or wherever Gigan comes from.
That's fine.
So they're doing the hard work that Earthlings on the surface aren't even trying to do. All we're doing is fucking up their home world. And when they finally defend themselves, you know what we do? We send in our robots and we send in our Godzillas.
Yeah.
And we fuck them up even more. That's the human way, and I get it. You have to defend life on Earth. On the other hand, we're the bad guys in this scenario.
Okay. Well,
but maybe not for pink river elves and
I wonder if
friendly sea kids.
If they live that deep in the ocean, right? Like obviously pollution in the ocean is a problem, but I mean, I wonder if it gets to a point where you're just so deep it doesn't matter.
Oh, I mean, it would be as easy as Googling it, talking to a marine biologist.
I just think they don't live that deep in the ocean, though.
You don't think that they're that deep?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
pressure.
Would you constantly be swimming? You have to have a home, so it's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, or
no, I mean, not. But they don't. I don't think they live in water. They might have underwater cave systems.
Oh, the grottos.
And then because of beavers do not. I mean, they don't live in waters. They don't
No,
they are aquatic.
Yeah,
right? And I think
because really, I mean,
the same thing.
Being a humanoid and just living strictly in the water wouldn't make sense. Because why would you evolve to have legs if you're not going to be walking?
Yeah.
But I think arms, legs, nothing webbed, no parent gills of any kind.
Did I just make science?
I mean, that's the most scientific thing you've said in a long time.
Okay, cool.
I'm super proud of you for that.
You know why? International podcaster right here.
You were the one.
There you go.
You're the one we all look to.
So if they are just land, oh man, kind of like my favorite theory about the land Nessie. The Nessie's on the land, but it just goes in the water, and that's where she saw him, the woman that you were upset about the picture.
Wait, you're confusing Champ and Nessie.
Sandra Mancy?
Nessie? Yeah, that's Champ, not Nessie.
Oh, that's Champ.
That's 100% Champ.
Oh, gotcha.
USA.
Yeah. Okay, 88. So there is the theory, though, that Nessie actually lives in the hills around the loch.
Yes.
And then just happens to dive into the water.
aren't a lot of people that would no, that is less of a theory than it lives underwater and occasionally has amphibious tendencies and comes out on land, because there were, especially in the early days of the 1930s, lots of land sightings, like the couple that were driving down the street and it seemed to be like holding a fucking dead sheep in its mouth as it slug-like crawled towards the ocean. The guy in the motorcycle, I don't remember names, of course I love Nessie, but I don't remember shit, almost hit it with his motorcycle, and then this other guy saw it like basking on the land with its flippers flopping around. So there's lots of land sightings, but it would make no sense for it to be a land creature that like hunts in the water,
just has the ability,
a la beaver, because you would see shit on the land all the time. It has to be an aquatic creature that very rarely comes on land.
So maybe these guys just, they're transmedium. They can go into the land and they can go into the sea. It's kind of neat. They got the best of both worlds. Or maybe they do have some weird, man, then again, little pink dude, alien base. Think about it. Gulf of Mexico, alien base.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it could still be a ritual. It could still be like a coming of age thing. Like you got to swim up the river. I don't know, touch the side of a ship.
And this thing had a clear lack of pants. Clear lack of pants.
But I don't know how that has any bearing on one way or another.
Well, because the other kid had pants on.
But think of aliens.
Different aquatic civilization.
Well, yes. And it's not, and the other kid wasn't hot pink and had hair. So clearly, well, I mean, no, they could be the same species and just different individuals or from different groups or have different health issues. But there's also a good chance they're different humanoid species. But like aliens, some are, butt naked. Some are fully clothed.
Yeah, it's true.
So you never know.
Some have fancy, tight-fitting suits.
Sure. The sea pants are a nice touch.
No, it's sea pants. Sea pants are cool. I like that. Just put a nice pair of slacks on when you're getting ready to go into the sea.
And you know what? It takes the onus off the human race. Now you don't have to decide whether or not I should glance for science sake.
Dude, there you go,
man. You
man.
don't even have that option.
Yeah, nothing. No one gets weird. No one gets upset. Everything works out. Aquatic kids, citizen of the seas. There you have it, Robert. Thank you all so very much. Before we get out of here, though, we have all kinds of outros we have to do.
Oh, boy.
The first one being the shouting out the folks to support us over there at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast, Robert.
The bestest. Yeah. No, this one I know about. This one I look forward to every single episode.
Indeed.
Beginning with Nick Sage.
Thank you, Nick.
Jordy comedian, excuse me. At Jordy.comedian.
Thank you, Jordy Comedian. I believe they're on Instagram. Check them out.
Oh, good for you.
I'm almost positive I know who this is.
I want to check it out. Definitely.
There you go.
Molly Beckford.
Hell yeah, Molly Beckford. Thank you.
That's with a cap.
Yeah, I like it.
Danimaniac.
Hell yeah, Danimaniac. Thank you so much.
It's a blimp.
Hell yeah, it's a blimp. I love it.
I don't know about that. Brother Mayo.
Hell yeah, Brother Mayor. Thank you so much.
Kira.
Thank you, Kira.
Kelvin Haman.
Hell yeah, Kelvin. Appreciate it.
Last. Absolutely not least. Laura Jensen.
What up, Laura?
What up, Laura?
What's happening? Welcome back to the Patreon.
Thank you.
And again, you can sign up monthly over there, patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Bonus audios, bonus videos, all kinds of fun shit happening over there. The Instas, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the TikToks, making it happen. Social media. Oh my God, we're there. Check us out.
Oh my gosh, so exciting.
Oh my God.
We're all there. Oh, it's so exciting.
It's working. Tons of fun Patreon clips on the TikTok. Just saying. So check it out there. We're still trying to reach that 1,000 follower. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
7 hundos. We're getting there, baby.
All right.
We're making it. We're making it happen.
It's progress.
The merch, hellerspace.com. Oh boy, do we have some releases coming up for merch. So we're going to have one in October.
Yeah.
We're going to have one in November, and we're going to have one in December. We got a new design each month. They actually are in the mail, and they should be here this week. So that's cool.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Check them all out, approve them. So the merch there, Heller Space. We also took our crowd-made shirts and added them over to our TeePublic shop to make them more accessible to folks. So they're over there. So check that out. And as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, Rob and I got to guest on the Let's Get Haunted podcast.
So fun.
With Nat and Allie. So check that out. And as of this recording, we will have the crossover episode with Allie in a very special Evil Science and Magic Buddies listener story, which is I highly recommend everyone check out, because boy does it go places.
Oh boy,
it fucking goes
places. They were so fun. They're so just fascinating and dynamic and funny and entertaining that it was really a treat to do both of those.
They
crossovers.
have officially become my Wednesday pod.
I get that completely.
Yeah, so now on Wednesday mornings, I know that they're going to be there, and it's perfect because it's middle of the week. I'm like either really excited to be done with the week or I'm dragging fucking ass. But either way, I can put it on. I can listen to Nat and Allie.
Nice.
And I can, I can listen to them and hang out. And it's a good time. So check them out. Let's Get Haunted. They're on the socials and all kinds of places like that. You can go follow them there. And I believe that is all we have. Oh, shit. Real quick, I want to plug this place because I talk about it every year, but this year they have outdone themselves. The Fright Nights in Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, just Google Fright Nights in Syracuse if you're in the area. Go check it out. Totally worth it. Holy shit. There was a girl in a room. You walk in, the lights are flashing, and she's doing the ring crawl.
Oh, boy.
And she's fucking super athletic because she can really fucking pull it off because she's scared the absolute... I almost jumped over the bed. I had Charlie behind me and Nicole was behind him, and I'm just like, and I did my weird run scream, like I tilted backwards a little bit to get away from her.
Like an old Warner Brothers character.
Dude, seriously. We go every year, and myself and Nicole go for our anniversary. It's like our yearly thing that we do. And they just put so much dude, they do such a goddamn good job there. So again, that is Fright Nights in Syracuse, and I handed out a whole ton of cards, our business cards. I was working. I was there working it. I was working it, handing them out.
Leaving the attractions every time you turn a corner, there's a new thing.
I would give them to people. I'm like, hey, you like podcasts? Check this out. You want to listen to a show? Check this out. Just handing them out. People were irritated with me. I didn't care though. I didn't care.
You never know. Hey, somebody that was irritated with you at that moment might be delightfully listening right now.
Might be a new listener, yes.
You never know.
Yeah, so check that out if you're in the Syracuse area. It's a good time. We got all kinds of more fun, spooky things happening coming up here.
Sure do.
And we have a very special Patreon coming out very soon. Very special bonus Patreon that we're going to be recording this weekend that we're pretty freaking excited about. So get your lists together, boys. There it is. Thank you all so very much. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, good friends.
Yes, indeed.
Goodbye.
Don't go to the sea.
No, do it. But do it safely.
Be careful
obviously.
of humanoids.
Right.
Sure.
Ask better questions. Take better pictures.
Well, these were kids.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care.
Nowadays, everybody has
There's
a
a
phone.
line.
It was 94.
I
No
know
one's
what
going
that
to have a phone in 94 like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't get mad at the past.
I'm 94?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. All right.
There it is. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Last week, the international podcaster.
I'm the fucking man of the hour. Now I'm just 94. That's
Wow.
fine. All
Should
right.
be-
Well,
I'm
I'm going to
94.
go fucking rip some more zins and call my wife. I'll
I'm
talk
gonna
to
go
you soon.
cough.
All right. Goodbye.
More
Fair.
than I already am.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye.
All right.